There are two main ways to work in the round when you're working in crochet. One is working in the round in a continuous spiral, and the second is working in the round with a join at the end. In this video, I will talk you through both those methods and show you the key differences. And at the start of this video, I'm working into a magic loop, which is a typical way to work in the round. You may also be working into a joined chain. In this first example, I've worked 6 double crochet or US single crochet into my magic loop, and I'm now pulling it to close it. And I'm now going to use the join method. So I'm going to slip stitch into the first double crochet of my round by inserting my hook and pulling through both loops. This has now completed the first round, and I'm going to chain to bring myself up to the level to work the next round. And because I've worked 6 stitches for my circle in double crochet, I am then going to work an increase in each stitch around to bring my stitch count for the second round up to 12, which is again a fairly typical way to increase when you're working in the round in a circle. Once I reach the end of my second round, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to slip stitch into the first stitch of my round to join, and then I'll be chaining one again to get myself up to the right level to make the next round. An alternative to this join at the end of the round method is to work in a continuous spiral. So in this example, when you reach the end of your first round, rather than slip stitching to join, we are just going to go ahead and start round 2 directly into the top of the first stitch of round 1. Now the main difference with this method is there's a little bit harder to keep track of where you are in your round. So when you work in a continuous spiral, I always recommend that you mark the first stitch of your round either using a scrap of yarn or a stitch marker, so that it helps you keep your place, otherwise everything looks a little bit similar. One of the key benefits of working in the round in a continuous spiral is there is a less visible join. The downside is that if you are working on an item such as a basket, you're going to end up with a sloped side or a sloped edge if you work your round in a continuous spiral, rather than a nice neat step which you can then slip stitch to join to create a very flat edge. So they both have their uses and differences. After 2 rounds, this is how the continuous spiral looks. So you can see we don't have a visible join, but our stitch does finish a little bit higher at the end of the round than the start of the round, compared to how it looks in a join method where there is a more visible join. However, the end of the round sits flush and at the same level as the beginning of the round.